stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Hey everyone, it's time for the daily reflection. I apologize, I'm late. Come here, dude. Sebastian wants to be on the show today, so come here. Come here. Got these two when they were kittens. All right, so let's get to it. You guys probably don't want. I probably love my cats a lot more than other people do, so. Look, it's the kitty cat show. Sorry. I'm just pushing him off there's his tail. All right, whether you're watching live or the rewatch, please say hello. So, all right, before we get started, man, I just had some different thoughts going through my head today. I got up. Yesterday was, all right, so I'm going to take a very long story. I'm going to make it very short. I have two separate families, never met each other. So I have the one side of my family that raised me on my mom's side. Right, and I have that whole family. And I've got three brothers and a sister on that side. And then I have my dad, my biological side. When I was 45, about 6 years ago now, I found out that I had three more sisters and a brother. Right? Cool stuff. You'd think. Because here's the thing, growing up in my family, I didn't feel like I belonged. And it's because, why? Because I didn't belong. And that's my opinion. That doesn't, that's how I feel. So when this new family came along, I think I made the mistake of maybe putting some expectations on that. Right? So on that side of the family, it was one of my sister's birthday. I sent a happy birthday, love you. Oh, you're nothing back. So the thing is when I found out about my other family, and found out, especially my sister, one of my sisters, because she's a Virgo, she's a lot like me, and they just won't talk to me. And I don't know what it makes. What it does is, all it does is confirm what my biological father was saying. He didn't want anybody to know about me. So what am I supposed to do with all that shit? Morning, Jackie. Or good afternoon, Jackie. And good afternoon, Chris. Good afternoon, Gary. Sorry, guys. I tend to focus down here because this is where the cameras are at. So I apologize if I miss anything in Facebook land. But I was thinking on that a little bit this morning. Not to beat myself up or make myself feel worse. It's just that I'm trying to understand things. I'm looking at my awareness. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with this. Do I even try and spend any more time on trying to build a relationship with those people? I think I'm a pretty cool fucking dude, so I don't understand why they want to get to know me. It makes no sense. And what that does is, when they do those actions, it just confirms to me that I'm unwanted. That it's a confirmation. And I'm not doing that for pity. I'm not looking for pity. I don't like pity. I have enough pity. I don't need any more. I bring this stuff up so that other people don't feel so lonely with what they're going through, that, they say, hey, here's a guy and he's on and he's expressing his feelings and he's going through it too. And he's doing okay with it. so maybe I can also. And that's what this is about. Right? I actually enjoy talking about the harder things. I like the I like things that have sustenance, man. That means something. Those are the things that I like. Thank you. Chris says you are not unwanted. Yeah, thank you. I think you're pretty cool too. Thank you, Jackie. I'm just saying thank you. Right? We learn how to take compliments here. Right? And that's what I was getting around to, is because my family's here. And that's okay. It is. You're gonna feel left out though. You're gonna miss out on things. You know. On one side of my family, I'm just waiting for my dad to die. Maybe I'll actually see my brothers and sisters. I don't know that I'll actually get an invite. I don't even know how old he is, because I don't have any contact. I just don't think of those things. You know. But it's made life tough because when it comes to men, I don't trust them. All right, and this is what happened. This is what happened. It's not how I am now. I trust other people, and men, because I've discovered that not everybody is my father. You know, so let's tie this in with the daily reflection, right? So we've got a problem, and now we're gonna work on the solution. Because I never walk away just putting a problem out there and not providing some kind of solution, right? It's what we're here for. Gary has something to say. The way I look at it is, your family's lost if they don't want a relationship with you. You're a great guy, and I'm glad you're a part of my family. Thank you, Gary. I appreciate that. So let's talk about this. So we asked for his protection and care with complete abandon. Now that I've told you this, do you think that something like this is going to be very easy for people like us? No. Normie's like, well, you just gotta have a little bit of willingness. You just gotta have a little bit of this. But a little bit for you is a lot for me. And that's where we become different. See, we feel overwhelmed. We feel pressured. We feel a lot of different things. Morning, Mike. Good to see you. Well, good afternoon. I apologize. It is not morning. I stayed up after I played video games, guys. I needed a decompression night, so I stayed up till 2 playing video games. That's why I'm late. So, but welcome, Michael. We're talking about asking God for his protection and care in the beginning of the program, when we're feeling like we're unwanted and maybe not loved, or that we don't feel a part of, right? I think we've all felt that. So when we get here and you're home, it can feel kind of uncomfortable, because you're now a part of something. And it's going to feel weird because people actually give a fuck about what happens to you. I had a couple messages because I didn't hit the noon meeting today. We missed you today. See, you missed one day, right? Now, when we go through this, because right now I'm working with somebody, I can tell they're getting a little attached, but that's about the right thing that you should feel, right? But they're a female, but we drew those lines. She's married, guys. I'm very married. The thing is she needs some help, right? And I know how to do that. So let's say the whole group knows what's going on, right? It's about being accountable and doing the right thing. It really is about doing the right thing. There is one thing that I don't do. I will never, ever, ever go to an AA meeting to look for clients. But if I see somebody that might need extracurricular help beyond, even if it is something that I provide, I will pull them in and I will send them somewhere else, because for me that would feel like a conflict of interest. But they do need that extra help. But I'm not going to bring them on under me. They go to my AA meeting. No. I feel like that's a conflict of interest. And for me, AA comes first. God comes first, not my bankroll. We ask His protection and care with complete abandon. I could not manage my life alone. I tried that road and failed. Right? And we're talking about God here, but I'm going to let you know something. If I didn't have my wife, I wouldn't be able to do any of this. Okay? It is because of my wife and what she does that I'm allowed to do this. And God. My ultimate sin dragged me down to the lowest level I have ever reached, and unable to even function, I accepted the fact that I desperately needed help. I stopped fighting and surrendered entirely to God. You know, what's cool is that if you are done, you're done. I don't care where you're at. I'm not even going to give descriptions on what an alcoholic should look like, because we all lost one thing before we got here, and that was ourselves, and that's what matters. We are all spiritually sick when we get here. I'm not spiritually sick anymore. Well, I'm less spiritually sick than I was before. How about that? Well, that sounded like a little too much to perfection to me, and no. So let's throw some dash of humility in there. So I accepted the fact that I desperately needed help, and that I couldn't be the one to do it. Okay? Here's the thing, is we fight, we're like, I tried so hard, and then when we get here and we ask you to put in the effort because it wasn't your idea, you don't want to do it. But what happens, that all that energy that you use to try and save yourself, why can't you put that into your fourth step? Because it wasn't your idea? Because you're scared. And for men, we don't want to admit that. 90% of the people that do go out, it's right there. So, I agree. Chris says, I will always need God. Only then did I start growing. Okay, I stopped fighting and surrendered entirely to God. You cannot get closer to God if you are playing God. I've got about 2 minutes left, so I'm going to kind of zoom through this. Only then did I start growing. God forgave me. A higher power had to have saved me, because the doctors doubted that I would survive. I have forgiven myself now, and I enjoy a freedom I have never experienced before. I have opened my heart and my mind to Him. The more I learn, the less I know. A humbling fact. But I sincerely want to keep growing. I enjoy serenity, but only when I entrust my life totally to God. As long as I am honest with myself and ask for His help, I can maintain this rewarding existence. Just for today, I strive to live His will for me soberly. I thank God that today I choose not to drink. Today, life is beautiful. So we got our answer, if we're willing to take a look at this, right? So there's a saying we have. No, there's a saying that God has no grandchildren. So see, I do have a father. It's just how willing am I wanting to utilize it. I have the best father in the whole fucking world. His name is God. When I lost my husband to an overdose 5 years ago is when I needed, the help I need. Okay. Wow, Jackie. Good bounce back. Yeah. I'm going to be honest, I don't even know what to say to that. I don't. Except that's awesome. How can you describe that? I think it would be pretty hard to describe the spiritual experience around that. So good on you, Jackie. All right, guys. I'm about 30 seconds over, so I'll be back tomorrow for daily reflection. It'll probably be tomorrow morning. We'll see. This game's badass, man. But I'll call them back. I don't even know who that is. Okay. All right, guys. I love you guys. Peace out and have a day. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Michael, Chris, Gary, and Jackie. Peace out. Love you guys.